We're live. We're live, guys. For better or for worse, we're live. What are you about to say?
I mean, I'm Sandri. I don't know about you.
We're all live, and we have front row tickets to the Devil's Sacrament.
Well, what I mean by we're live is apparently at least a couple of us have not had a good day. Or at least have recently had something.
I'd say my day went fine. I picked up several mounts. It's just my neck is unhappy.
All it takes is the neck to just make it. I don't know where I'm going with this, Sandri. Help me out here.
Beats me, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what happens when you stick out your neck for someone.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing Phoenix right now.
Well, speaking of, it is finally time to get this versus in this fucking versus game.
Welcome to KilledWithStyle, everybody.
Oh god, every single time I hear that, cringe just a little bit more. And the worst part is, it's becoming more normal, so less cringe. Stop it, Jordan.
Cringe is dead.
Time for some PvP.
Yes. So, Sandri, you thought I was giving you the grand prosecutor. No, 'twas me the entire time.
Oh, don't worry. There's plenty of nonsense oncoming. You'll still be necessary.
This sounds like not Phoenix. Does this sound more like Phoenix or more like
This sounds a little more, this sounds more like Maya.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the exclamation mark.
Yeah. Okay. So, we solved that crazy puzzle up in the bell tower, and guess who we found? Give up? It was Kira! Now I know Professor Layton, but if she was there during the whole incident, then she's gotta have some connection, right? That's why me and Nick, it was Naya, investigated the scene of the crime from top to bottom. I guess I'm back to being the judge until Colin shows up. I am the judge, defender. What is the meaning of this? How could you have lost such a vital piece of evidence?
Your Honor, it wasn't on purpose. Trust me, I wish I knew how it happened.
Just a reminder, you wish you knew how the cloak of invisibility has disappeared.
Could it be because it's invisible?
Okay, I'm just going to do some live audio editing here. And turn down this volume meter, because you are just both absurdly loud today, and I don't... Okay, could I get a reread of what you just said, Sandri?
I was like, could it be because it's invisible?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Just a little bit more and we're good. Okay. I was doing level testings. Jordy, could you say something?
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Yep. Well, both of you are hitting red, but that's fine. Just warn me if you're about to yell so I can actively turn it down.
I already read this line.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking.
I can't believe it. The rope actually disappeared from sight.
The invisibility rope.
Just a question. Did you reach into the water and see if maybe it's still there? Like just wondering here.
Why would I do something smart like that?
This is Kira.
Is who?
Kira.
What was her voice?
Monotone, right?
That'll
now.
do for the moment while I figure out the voice. I don't quite know what you're talking about. I can still see the rope just fine.
Huh?
Look, it's right here, see?
No, Miss Kira. I really don't see. Because there's nothing to see.
Don't you love how they played with the UI elements and showed the evidence panel, but with nothing in it? No,
Behold the robe which swaddles all of my fucks.
I thought it was a good UI element, a gag.
I do too.
So is that how it works? Putting the robe on makes you disappear completely from sight? From the looks of it, only Kira's able to actually see the robe itself.
It's not just me. It's all inhabitants of the Eldritch Woods. All of us can see the robe.
The Eldritch Woods.
Our village lies deep within the recesses of the forest. In a world much different from this one. That's where I live. As long as we obey the law of the land, we are allowed to live there.
I knew it. There's definitely something different about Kira compared to the rest of the townspeople here.
For the time being, seeing as only the witness can see the robe, we'll cover it in flour again for the sake of visibility. The very visible invisible robe has been added to your inventory.
But there's still one tiny thing bothering me.
Just one more thing, Miss Kira. Do you think you could do a Colombo accent?
You need a cigar to do it. If you don't have a cigar, you're not doing it right.
Just a second.
Uh-oh.
But there's still one tiny thing bothering me, Miss Kira.
I ain't no southern, Now, I'm just a southern Colombo.
I went a little bit more into Benoit Blanc there. Miss Kira, your robe was found on the middle of the floor in the bell tower, the same floor where we found my client. However, you were hiding in the uppermost level of the bell tower.
Yes. Thoughts?
You testified a little while ago that you dropped your robe, but I have to wonder, what exactly were you doing there on that top floor?
Thoughts?
It would seem there's still much we must ask this witness. What say you, High Inquisitor Darklaw?
Thoughts?
Cat got your tongue?
It is the Inquisition's duty to follow my lord's decision on such matters. I have no objections.
Very well. Witnesses, you are hereby ordered to continue with your testimony. Tell us what happened between your sneaking up on the bell... Nope. Tell us what happened between your sneaking up to the top floor of the bell tower and tonight's most terrible crime.
Yes, okay.
What happened on the top floor? Nothing. Okay, in the...
I was waiting on the middle floor of the tower. I started to turn around, but it's too late. They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do. My arm was restrained, and the attacker covered my mouth. Oops, forgot to push that higher. As I struggled to get away, I think I managed to pull something off my attacker. That's when I lost consciousness. I woke up to find myself on the top of the bell tower. Top floor of the bell tower. Fuck, she's gone southern.
As is all of your voices, eventually they all go southern. Ain't that right, Luke?
It's so easy. Like, for me, it's so easy to do.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, Kira was a bit more monotone, considering she's been mind-whammied.
That's... I mean, then Sandra be doing two monotone, which would be both, Suddenly I can't think of her name.
Espella.
Espella, thank you. Espella and Kira. But, I don't know. Witnesses, are you saying someone attacked you while you were in the bell tower?
Yes, that's correct. I cannot keep an accent for her.
Mm-hmm.
But who?
I think at this point, I didn't correct you when you first started talking with her, because at this point, it's either a bit or it's just an accidental bit, because every single time you've had different voice for her.
I just can't get, like, I can't keep, like, a single... There's some accents that I can do as long as I'm careful about it, but, like, the moment I lose concentration... I don't know. They attacked me from behind, so I couldn't see who it was.
I mean, I think she's just one more session away from suddenly turning into Cutter. So you were unconscious the entire time after that?
That's why I was unable to complete my mission. But even if I hadn't been unconscious, I couldn't have done anything trapped high up in the belfry like that.
I wonder if that weird contraption we found there was used to move Kira up to the belfry. At least, I can't see any other way she could have gotten up there.
You heard the witness. She was locked up in the belfry tower. In other words, she couldn't have had anything to do with tonight's events. Therefore, there's no need for this utterly useless interrogation.
Yeah, there is. Not so fast. The witness also testified that someone attacked her tonight.
Defender, are you implying that this attacker could have been Bazella?
I cannot say for certain, Your Honor.
Is it better for
Did
him
it
to
go
say,
through?
I cannot say for certain, or would it be better for him to say, that's my belief?
I cannot say for certain, Your Honor. Regardless, the defense requests we be allowed to cross-examine this witness.
Request granted. Now then, Defender, you may begin your interrogation.
Really? We're going to continue with this, boss?
And here's where the fun begins. Let's see if we can coax this mysterious second witch out of hiding.
Stares directly across to the other prosecutor. There hasn't been a bad prosecutor in this game yet. Oh, middle floor, too late. I don't think we have any evidence that contradicts anything that's being said here. I think I managed to pull something off my attacker.
I mean, that's probably the necklace bit.
Let's get her to say more about that.
What exactly did you pull off?
Her clothing.
Top. I was still really dazed at the time, so I can't remember it very well. But when I flung my hand up, I felt myself grab a small round object.
Now,
the flowers are
I'm
turned.
just going to point out.
Accent.
I'm just going to point out. She
Where the fuck did she get a flower?
she still has that tick though.
I must have pulled it off without thinking. I felt whatever it was snap off.
So, from what you're saying, it sounds like this could have been something that was on your attacker's person.
I think so. I can still feel it, even now. It felt like I just snapped a piece of rope or something. I really wonder what that could have been. I think I would recognize the shape if I saw it.
She'd recognize the shape if she saw it.
If only we had something that could trigger her memory. Then all we have to do is present it. We'd be in business. Hey, player!
Player! Yeah, tell me about it. You know, That might not be such a bad idea, Maya.
Maya's been
You get
nothing
a
but
gold
good.
star.
Maya's been nothing but excellent ideas in a side game, Sandra. I'm just gonna point that out.
Yeah, I know. Like, how is it that in
All right.
like the non-canon game, suddenly they've made Maya not an intolerable bitch?
Like I said earlier, vamp for 5 minutes. I need to go downstairs and grab something.
You know, but like, for all that in the normal games, like and that initial trilogy, Maya is an unbearable annoyance. Just absolute. She's been like tolerable and up from this. Like, she hasn't had bad ideas. Okay, she's probably had. I don't remember any bad ideas she's had, but like, she hasn't like been just monumentally annoying, at least since we've been in Labyrinthia.
I think it's the fantasy setting taking its hold on her.
I mean,
Or that or Luke is a good influence.
like, it's been kind of nice. Like, I haven't, like, she might occasionally say something a little dumb, but like, she hasn't felt like this just seriously brain damaged imbecile the way she did, especially in like in the later early trilogy.
Maybe Maya took one Luke and said, "Oh crap, I've got to lock in. Otherwise, otherwise Phoenix might start thinking that of getting rid of me."
I mean, I'm still surprised he hasn't replaced her with Pearl.
I come back to that.
At least Pearl is slightly less likely to get accused of murder.
And is also nicer and less stupid. Again, accepting this game where she's been like the non-canon. It's clearly non-canon because Maya hasn't been just someone I want to throttle constantly. Like, I mean, what she said just now was fucking obvious, but like,
don't forget, she still beat Nick over the head with a pipe.
yeah, I mean, look, she doesn't. She's not always perfect, but like compared to her usual, just like making everyone's life a living hell by being herself. Like, I haven't felt, for the most part, the need to throttle her out of anything more than sort of reflex, you know?
All right, let's keep going.
So, shall we listen to what they said?
I have a feeling it's not this.
Objection!
I don't remember, though.
Miss Kira, you stated that you felt yourself snap something off of your attacker. Would that thing, by any chance, be this right here?
No.
Oh. That's it. I recognize that shape. That was the object I grabbed.
Why does she look nervous?
She does, doesn't she?
Oh, I was about to take another bite. Good thing I didn't. What did you say? But that's the accused pendant, is it not? Wow, that was absolutely A-grade acting for me that time.
Not quite, Your Honor. There are actually two pendants like this. The one you see here is the counterpart to Miss Cantabella's pendant.
Belated dots.
Now that you mention it, I remember. The necklace was actually very tough. Didn't rip off so easily. So I struggled against it, tugging and pulling for a bit, and I must have scratched their neck in the process.
Ooh.
Wait a second. You mean you scratched your attacker's neck?
I think so. But I don't know for sure.
Nick, in that case, that means the dark stuff on the necklace could be blood.
Yeah,
Blood.
it could be the attacker's blood.
Blood. Ah.
As the court can clearly see, there are still traces of blood left on the necklace itself. However, take one good look at my client, and you'll notice there are no visible scars or cuts of any kind around her neck.
Only the ones that were self-imposed.
Ergo,
Rock
there
and
is
go.
no way Miss Cantabella could be Miss Kira's attacker.
Objection.
Fuck you. Nice try, Defender. But I must stop you right there.
Huh?
Have you already forgotten what I told you? The Great Witch can use any spell in existence. She could have easily healed any such wound in the blink of an eye.
What spell?
Heal spell.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I already miss Inquisitor Barnum.
Me too. He's a great prosecutor, and I know Sandry doesn't quite agree, but I think he's a great prosecutor. What do you think, Jordan?
I'll abstain.
Oh, okay. Man, we really can't catch a break on this one, huh, Nick? Let us resume the interrogation. Witness, continue with your testimony. Okay, there's something else we gotta unravel. Pull something off my attacker. Lost consciousness. Perhaps my arm was a strained part.
Possibly.
Hold it.
Was the person male or female? Or are you not sure?
I don't remember much. But I do know the person easily overpowered me. I remember they grabbed my left wrist. I tried to scream, but they quickly covered my mouth before I had a chance. I desperately tried to break their hold, but it was no good. Thoughts?
It sounds like the attacker managed to restrict her movements from behind. Still, saying that, there's definitely something not right here. Something about her testimony just doesn't add up.
Yeah. Something about this tiny bit is different from what we've heard so far. I think it could be a good idea to check the court Player!
Hey, player!
Maya's been given the Hey Player tutorials this whole entire game.
Hold it.
Which, I mean,
wait. Oh, whoops.
is way more helpful than a lot of things.
I accidentally hit press. Let's skip.
Well, that's various accents.
Hey
I can
Player!
do. Player! Player!
Player! Player! Hey! Hey, listen! Player!
Navi, I swear to God.
Yeah, it's the pendant. How was she able to snap it off when she was attacked from behind?
It only said grab one arm.
Could it be the invisibility cloak because she was fucking invisible?
Objection.
Nope. Nope, you're wrong, Sandry.
Blah, 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 blah.
You're wrong. How's it feel to be wrong?
Oh.
Foolish fool.
I still think it's the pendant.
Alright.
Objection.
It was the pendant.
Miss Kira, there's something a little strange about your testimony just now, wouldn't you say?
No.
Huh?
You stated that you were attacked from behind and that the attacker grabbed you by the wrist, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Assuming that was, in fact, the case, then I'd say no matter how much you struggled, there's no way you would have been able to yank off this pendant, don't you think?
I have two arms, you know.
And that's what I'm thinking too. She had two arms, but
The strap on this pendant is too short. There's no way you could have reached behind you and managed to pull it off.
What? What? What?
There is something inappropriate I can say here, but I've decided against it.
But seriously, that, for one thing, that strap looks fucking long as hell. But setting that aside, like, unless the person is, like, significantly taller than her.
The judge agrees. That's a good point.
The judge is an idiot.
He's still smarter than the usual judge.
The only way you have been able to yank this pendant off of your attacker is if they were standing directly in front of you.
No, I reached backwards over my shoulder.
Order.
Like,
Order.
seriously, you idiot.
Order, I say. Witness, is this true? Did you do a lie in my courtroom?
Defender.
Objection!
She has a second arm. Have you ever reached over your shoulder? Witness was a victim of physical attack. It's only natural she'd be a bit confused about some of the details.
Objection!
Such as whether she could reach backwards over her shoulder and reach the neck of someone who's presumably roughly the same height.
Hi, Inquisitor. I wouldn't exactly call mistaking the location of your attacker being a bit confused. I'd call it more of a bare-faced lie.
Oh, she did do a lie in my courtroom. Guilty.
Your Honor, she's not in trial.
Oh.
Well now, Defender. I see you are as pathetically short-sighted as ever. The argument is only valid assuming that this girl actually saw her attacker.
Huh?
She was not able to see the person. Well, I'd say it makes no difference where they were standing.
Then that means the attacker was also wearing one of these robes?
No, that's impossible, my lord. As already stated earlier. Only the residents of the Eldritch Wood are able to see these robes. In short, the attacker must have been a witch and must have disappeared from sight with the use of magic.
You must mean the Great Witch Bazella.
Indeed. This is just one more thing proving the attacker to be a witch.
And just what might that be?
The witness stated that she had lost consciousness. If you take a look here in the Grand Grimoire, you will notice a spell called Fangfall.
First time I've fucking heard of it.
Witness, allow me to ask you. Did you hear the incantation of this spell?
Objection, Your Honor, leading the witness.
Thoughts? Now that you mention it, I do remember hearing something like that.
All over the place with Kira. Like I said, soon she will be Cutter.
Say what?
Here it is. Painful. Causes those who hear the incantation to lose all consciousness.
You must not forget, the Great Witch can use any and all magic at will. Spell Painful has been bookmarked to the Grand Grimoire.
Causes those who hear the incantation to lose all consciousness. Effect takes hold the second the incantation is heard. Witness, amend your testimony to reflect this important piece of info. Info dump me, witness.
Yes, right away. Thoughts?
Oh boy. I can't believe she managed to get out of that one.
Then how did she manage to, like, pull the pendant off? I don't know. This story makes less sense, not more.
Save those words, Sandry. Save those words.
Oh God, I have concerns.
Jordan, do you want to read this?
But still, not about to give up just yet.
I've got enemy protag syndrome.
I'll keep on going until we finally get to the bottom of who this attacker really is.
Considering he's been in a fighting game, he probably is a shonen character.
Yep.
Could you imagine that somebody finally makes a Marvel vs. Capcom anime and they have to justify Phoenix Wright? The silence means you're either imagining it or you've already groaned. Now then, let us continue with the interrogation. I think the problem is you fought him after you
You have the
heard the word
incantation for
painfall.
painfall before I could even turn.
Yeah. Nail her with the grimoire.
Or just the pendant.
Objection!
Miss Kira, I have watched you at that witness stand this entire trial.
Really? That's impressive considering the part of this trial had the vigilantes on there.
I could see the Cyclops before they arrived.
The what?
Don't worry about it. Desperately trying to keep something hidden from the rest of the court.
Judging by how Sandry sighed, you got it. Can you help me here?
No.
I wonder if you're familiar with the saying, a lie begets more lies. It means multiple lies are bound to unravel and leave your story with more holes than Swiss cheese.
Got him.
What? Defender, what is Swiss cheese?
Don't worry about it. I'm on a roll here.
We both went for the same saying. Don't worry about it.
Get to the point, Defender.
According to the Grand Grimoire, Fainfall causes a person to lose all consciousness. It's written here in black and white.
And there's a little bit of blue on the page, too.
Its effect takes hold the second the incantation is heard.
Ah,
Miss Kira, you testified as follows. You heard the incantation for Fainfall and immediately became aware of the presence of your attacker. You then put up a fight. But if you really did hear that incantation,
Hold on a second.
there's no way you would have been able to yank that pendant from your assailant.
bleh. Yep, no, I got it right there.
Order? Order? What is the meaning of this?
The meaning is that Miss Kira didn't actually hear the incantation like she claims she did.
Did she hear the incantation, though?
Defender,
But then
She's-
why?
Defender, you've mixed up the order of events.
Why on earth was this girl unconscious?
Kira was definitely knocked out by whoever attacked her.
How do we know that again?
And when she woke up, she found herself on the top floor of the bell tower.
No, seriously, how do we know that that's true?
Don't worry about it, I'm on a roll.
Don't worry about it, I'm on a roll.
It's possible Miss Kira was rendered unconscious by...
I suppose something other than magic?
The answer here is obvious. Something other than magic must have knocked her out.
Objection!
Thank you. And what, may I ask, makes you so certain of that? Is it not possible that another spell could have been used?
Objection!
Because she's a lying bitch. That's just not possible. You, of all people, should know that.
What's that supposed to mean?
Miss Kira's claim is that she heard someone say the incantation is completely false. Even so, that wouldn't be too much of a problem if she actually had heard an incantation.
That's right.
However, going by her testimony, that can't have been the case.
How do you figure, Defender?
The only spell capable of making someone lose consciousness is Fangfall.
Fuck you. There's this other spell you haven't heard of too. It's called fuck you.
Defender, you didn't even know about Fanefall until 30 seconds ago. How do you think you know every spell in that grimoire?
Don't worry about it. I'm on a roll. If you weren't gonna say it, I was, Jordan.
Isn't that right, High Inquisitor Darklaw?
Defender, are you claiming there's another way besides magic that could have been used to render Miss Kira unconscious? This is the first I've ever heard of such a thing.
I can think of at least a dozen.
Judge! Judge, what is your major malfunction? Do you have the brain damage required to be knocked unconscious yourself? Is that why you're struggling? Have you been knocked unconscious and suffered permanent brain damage from the concussion?
Not now. I'm on a roll.
Not now. I'm on a roll.
There's only one other thing that crossed my mind. I'm speaking, of course, about sleeping medicine.
Defender, this is a game of fiction. Head wounds are the ideal way of knocking someone unconscious. Check her head, you fucking idiot.
And how would you know that?
Sleeping?
Do you think I've never encountered anyone committing a crime that didn't involve magic?
No.
Not everyone in this town is a witch.
Sleeping medicine?
If you remember, Miss Kira stated that the attacker covered her mouth before she could scream. In doing that, the attacker was able to administer a potent sleep medicine, thus putting Miss Kira out like a light. Yes, I am claiming that she was chloroformed.
No, a powerful soporific. Indeed. That does sense make much. Yes. Yes.
Defender, are you suggesting that someone other than a witch decided to knock her out?
Therefore,
Why?
Your Honor, the attacker did not necessarily have to be Bazella.
Oh, Phoenix.
Defender, where are you going with this?
I mean, why would an all-powerful being, capable of commanding any and all magic, need to resort to drugging someone?
Objection. Hold it right there, Defender. They managed to sneak past the guards and make their way up the bell tower. How do you think they did that if not magic?
Works.
Objection!
Hold it right there. I'm on a roll. You don't need magic to make yourself disappear, High Inquisitor.
Nick, the rule of threes has long since
Shut
passed.
up, Maya. I'm on a roll.
No, you're not.
Throw this on, and getting past those guards at the tower is a piece of cake.
The rope of invisibility.
But, despite all that, there's still one glaring problem.
You're the only one glaring here, Defender.
There's two glaring problems, Defender. Let us say for the moment that some...
Miss Kira,
Do you want to actually finish that
What?
idea?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
But yes?
you admitted to the court earlier that you were attacked from the front, correct?
No, she didn't. She really didn't.
It's the case that there's only one possible conclusion we can draw.
Defender, she didn't say that. She never said that.
Roll.
I'm the
You
judge.
just made it up.
I'm the judge. I will allow this.
This isn't even leading. This is now just fabricating. Defender, why are you testifying?
Kira, we're entirely capable of seeing your attacker's face.
Hold on a second, Sandry. You said, Defender, why are you testifying? In the alternate world where you're still playing Phoenix, how does it feel to finally fabricate a piece of evidence right in front of everybody?
I mean, fuck, it feels amazing. I just make shit up and declare it to be true, and everyone's just like, well, I guess he's right because he said it's the case. And it's like, man, I feel like I could win all my cases. All I have to do is just say they didn't do it. And be like, see, you testify that they didn't do it, remember?
Jordan,
and they go, well, fuck, I guess I did.
So, Jordan, you and me, we can savor this moment because we know the twist at the very beginning of the Apollo Justice game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just stuck going, she didn't say that. She really didn't say that. That was never part of the testimony. That was never even admitted to. You stated that as a conclusion of your own and are now like, you testified to that. It's like, no.
Oh, look at me.
No one testified to that.
Oh,
you
look at me.
stated that arbitrarily. And
I get to lead witnesses, but the other defense doesn't. See how it tastes. See
you're
how
a
it
fucking
feels.
witness defender. You don't get to lead your own witnesses. Besides that.
Shall we
I could tell was the shadow.
I'm sorry. I'm going to ask John to press the play button. Alright, fine, Judge.
Why is that? I didn't.
It's simple. You even said it yourself.
I did not.
Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see this robe. That means, Miss Kira, there is a piece of this puzzle only you could possibly know. Only you can tell us the identity of the person who entered the bell tower and attacked you tonight.
What? Phoenix, this isn't even a leap of logic. It's just a leap, full stop.
Right. It's a leap of faith.
Faith nothing. You've just a leap of fabrication. You've just from you haven't made again. A leap of logic starts from a place. You've just jumped from thin fucking air.
Indeed, just
I was
like
just gonna be
magic.
going, you're an idiot. I can't tell you.
Huh?
No matter what happens. I just can't tell you no matter what. Defender, are you
You
done?
see, everyone, this witness has been covering up for someone from the very start.
Defender, she wasn't here for the start of this trial.
Didn't he say he could see her for the entire day? For him, she was. What?
But, luckily for us, we won't be needing any more of Miss Kira's testimony.
I will testify myself!
Defender, she hasn't said it. You haven't made anything useful out of her testimony yet. I don't see why you'd need it now.
Because the answer is staring us right in the face.
Go on.
I'm speaking, of course, about the true identity of Miss Kira's attacker. All the clues so far point to this one person.
Do tell. Do tell. Defender, I take it you're prepared to prove such a serious accusation?
Of course I am. I'm on a roll. I am. All right. It looks like it all comes down to this.
I would have been happy if he said, I'm on a roll in that moment. I would have lost my fucking shit.
Don't do that, John. It's messy to clean that up.
Now we'll finally see who's been pulling the strings this whole time.
'Twas me, Dio! Very well, Defender.
Where's Joestar?
Tell the court. Who was the one responsible for attacking the witness and locking her up on the top of the bell tower? It was the cat!
I'm assuming it's Darklaw.
Culprit. The culprit is you!
Take that!
The answer is obvious, Your Honor.
No, it's not. That's why I asked you.
It was you, High Inquisitor Darklaw.
Really, Defender? This is
What?
your grand reveal?
What?
Your Honor, are we really entertaining this stupidity?
Order! Order! Order in the court! Inconceivable! There's no way!
I must say, Defender, your courage is impressive, however reckless you may be. Choosing a High Inquisitor is no small feat, I assure you.
Boy, does your neck hurt a little bit, Darklaw?
Mine certainly does, actually. However, with serious accusations come serious consequences. On a small misstep, I will personally see to it that you never set foot in a courtroom ever again. Mark my words, Defender.
Oh, consider them fully marked. I understand.
Why? How confident. Let us see if that confidence is justified. Defender.
Miss Kira's attacker dragged her with sleep medicine.
Dragged?
Drugged.
All right.
It likely took no more than a few seconds for her to lose consciousness. The medicine must have been very potent.
True. After all, its effects appear somewhat similar to magic.
Almost like alchemy, one might say. There's only one person I can think of in all of Labyrinthia who could supply you with that kind of medicine. Sir Newton Belduke.
Objection!
Defender. She's dead.
She? Also, the Sir Newton Belduke was the alchemist. I forgot her name is still alive.
John.
Duke isn't just dead, he's been dead for months. You do recall that it was part of the previous trial, don't you?
Jordan, what?
Oh yeah, I recall. I recall completely.
John
But don't
Grey Earl.
worry.
There we go.
I'm on a roll.
That's Sean to you.
That's a fact I'm well aware of, believe me. While he was still alive, Sir Belduke provided the citizens of this town with a variety of medicines for whatever ailed them. But it wasn't all just medicine. He also created some very dangerous concoctions. That's why, after he passed away, all of his medicines and creations were confiscated.
Yes, Defender?
Confiscated?
You have proof that you
Inquisitor
created some sort of
Barnum said as
entailed
much.
soporific?
Yeah, Inquisitor Barnum said as much in the last witch trial.
Oh, fuck, I am bottom! I have to be bottom again, it's been a while, so I actually have to read this. The victim was an alchemist, after all. We were hoping the items confiscated from his study could provide some clues. Besides, such things must not fall into the wrong hands. It may not be standard practice, but it was deemed necessary. The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vault. The only person with access to them is the High Inquisitor, Lady Darklaw.
Well, that's a little awkward.
Objection!
So, because I have access to the medicine, I must be the one that used it? Is that what you're getting at, Defender? I mean,
That's right.
Darklaw. Sweetheart.
I'm gonna let Sandra...
Yes, you idiot. That is that really does kind of fucking follow, or did you give it to someone, you idiotic.
You're going to claim that a witch teleported into the vault while you weren't looking.
Why are you painting your
Is
vault
that
with
green
gold?
wall? No,
No,
the
green.
the walls of the safe are painted green for no particular reason.
That's right.
Fortunately for you, I would hardly call that truth. You said it yourself. Sir Beldo concocted a plethora of dangerous medicines in his efforts to assist the people of the town. He was well known for this fact, a fact he no doubt was none too pleased with. As such, it's highly likely that some of those same dangerous substances are still scattered throughout the town.
Huh?
And therefore, Defender, it is entirely possible that the culprit was able to get their hands on such dangerous medicine.
Indeed. By the way, I have like a brain cell in the back of my head that's starting to trigger. Wasn't this the trial for somebody else? Why are we down this route?
Don't worry, Judge. I'm on a roll.
Darklaw, sweetie, we need to talk. Specifically about the fact that you've conceded a major point when you could have fought on the prove that he had such a medicine in the first place point. But you've just jumped straight to trying to prove that you didn't have access to it. You fucking idiot.
Long as Sir Belduke's Sir Belduke's medicine played an active part in maintaining the health of his town's citizens, there is plenty of reason to believe some of his more dangerous medicines still remain within Labyrinthia.
See? Piece of advice, Defender. The next time you speak in court, or when you try procuring some real evidence before spouting such idiotic accusations.
Okay, let me try this instead. Guilty
If
person
you
says
fail to do
what?
so, your next words will be uttered to the flames.
Guilty person says what?
What?
Throw him in the fire.
Figures. I knew she wouldn't take that argument sitting down.
Then why did you make it, you fucking imbecile?
Both
Guilty
High
person says what?
What? Both Inquisitor Darklaw and Inquisitor... Wait, no, a second. I need... Say it
Well,
one more
I
time.
guess that means the
Say-
judge is guilty. Set him to the fire.
Say it one more time. No, okay, fine. Both High Inquisitor Darklaw and Inquisitor Bonham are the very harbingers of justice within Labyrinthia. Raising such accusation against either one of them without valid reason will result in the most severe punishments.
Oh, what, being used as scratching post?
What? What does he mean by the most severe punishments?
Take a wild guess, Maya. I think the judge is saying that if I don't start making a case, we're going to be paying Sir Belduke a visit. I need to present some decisive evidence, and fast. Pretty sure that I should be able to do that much.
Oh boy. This
Inquisitor Darklaw is the attacker. The one thing that proves it is.
I guess Darklaw herself, because of the scratches on her neck.
The defense believes there is one clue here linking High Inquisitor Darklaw to the crime. High Inquisitor. That clue is actually still on you, right now.
Oh? You tell.
I will.
I have an inappropriate joke ready to go if I'm queued up.
On me.
I must admit, I do not know where you are going with this, Defender, but please, point out this clue to the court. Show us this clue that supposedly is still on the High Inquisitor's person. Hint just because I don't like these. It's the neck, right?
Yep.
We agree it's the neck. Here, let's go
Yep.
for the
Yes.
but slow the hint coins, that way we actually get it on first try.
No, it's not the neck, it's the boobies. Yes, it's the neck.
Got it.
Gotcha!
Look, okay, you gotta keep in mind, it also is highlighting the lips. Got it. Looks longingly into Darklaw's lips.
Got it. I'm gonna give you a smooch. I'm gonna give you a little smooch.
The
Defender.
High Inquisitor's neck? You don't mean...
Miss Kira yanked this pendant off of her attacker's neck. Take a look at the necklace. It still has a bit of blood left on it.
I'm compelled to point out it has blood on the wrong side of the neck.
According to her earlier testimony, when Miss Kira pulled at the necklace, she supposedly felt herself scratch the attacker's neck. Is that correct, Miss Kira?
I thought you said we needed nothing more from her, Phoenix.
Shut up, I'm on a roll.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Therefore, the attacker should still have a mark on their neck from having been scratched.
Oh.
Would you mind letting the court take a look at your neck, High Inquisitor Darklaw?
This is
the place you've been touching every so often throughout this entire trial.
I agree. Darklaw, strip.
Your Honor, I will throw you into the fire myself.
I'm pretty sure that underneath that high collar, we'll find exactly the mark we're looking for. Unless, of course, you were able to get rid of it with magic.
Does that mean if there is no mark there, that if there is no mark there, does that mean that it's more proof that she's a witch?
No, if there's no mark there, I'm going to be thrown into the fire.
What's confusing to me is that they've been making it seem like she's the Great Witch Bazilla, and if she's the Great Witch Bazilla, I'm struggling with why she didn't just use Feign-Fall to knock the bitch out.
Because that would have.
We'll get to that.
Because that would have knocked out other people, including the person pretending to be the Great Witch Bazilla.
Well.
Oh, gods. Most impressive.
Shit, you're admitting to it, but we won't get to see you strip. Damn. What?
I have to say, Defender, you managed to finally hone that dull blade of yours into something of use.
Lady, at this point, it's no longer a blade, it's a toothpick. He has grinded at that thing so hard.
You are correct. There is, in fact, a mark on my neck I did receive tonight.
What? What? Lady Darklaw?
What is the meaning of this?
Does that mean Lady Darklaw is...
Wait, what?
the Great Witch? Dogs.
Your Honor.
I just realized something. I just realized something. I want to say it after this entire game, he's been saying Your Honor spelled with a U because it's British. I don't think it's just spelled with a U anywhere in the Phoenix Wright trilogy.
Well, that's because this is taking place in Britain?
Oh, yes. I see you're still here, Defender.
Your Honor, I know you're shocked and everything, but come on, work with me here. Your Honor, the defense would like to call High Inquisitor Darklaw to the witness stand.
Oh boy.
So, hold on a second. We had technically called up Edgeworth, but he wasn't in the prosecutor at the time. I guess we can consider we did his father, though, Von Karma, right?
Von Karma wasn't his father.
Well, his adoptive
Just his
father.
mentor.
Adoptive father. It is actually
He wasn't his adoptive father, just a mentor.
It is actually adoptive father.
Was he really?
Guardian.
Yeah. Guardian's probably better, yeah, but...
There you go.
There is that one DLC case where we actually called up a, the one DLC case that you haven't played yet, where we call up let's just say a person of law to the stand, okay? What else do we got? What about the other two games? Do we actually...
I don't think we called either Francesca or Godot to the stand.
Yeah, I consider Godot being called because, you know, we accused him officially of being a dickweave.
And also stabbing the fuck out of somebody.
Oh yeah, that too. Honestly, I think Phoenix has a better case just for, like, Your Honor, he's assaulted me with coffee like 80 times. It's all a part of the court record. Yes, but can you prove he assaulted you? Fuck you, Your Honor.
Like, Your Honor, you suck.
What did you just say?
It's quite clear that the High Inquisitor has some connection to what transpired tonight. And what's more, there is a chance she used her position of authority as High Inquisitor to frame my client as the Great Witch.
But never in my years has a judge of this court had an Inquisitor been asked to take the stand in the middle of the trial.
Well, we're going to have to make some history here if you want to finally get to the truth, Your Honor.
Defender, may I remind you that your client has confessed to being the Great Witch on multiple occasions?
Even
Doesn't
so,
I
matter.
hardly would need to frame her.
It doesn't matter, I'm on a roll. God damn it. It looped back around, but it's going down the drain fast. Even so, this trial cannot continue any further without an Inquisitor. I need to get my
Later.
my Professor Layton voice. My Professor Layton voice is unfortunately very close to the judge. I forgot how I differentiated them, and I've been kind of going between the two. Not so fast. Hey, in that case, how about you get Inquisitor Barn?
Inquisitor Barnum remains incarcerated in the underground dungeons for the crime of treason against the storyteller.
Oh, how convenient.
I don't think he'll be able to make it to this party.
No way!
Yes, way.
Dots.
We can hear his
This
feet.
whole thing is hopeless. Unless High Inquisitor Darklaw takes the witness stand. Spella will be done for, and the truth along with her. But on the other hand, without an Inquisitor on the other side, the trial can't continue, and the outcome would still end up the same. What should I do? What can I do?
Hold it. I am Professor Layton. Okay, I think I got it.
I believe I can fill that role.
Professor, wait,
Say
what
what?
are you saying?
I can prove, conclusively, that Espella Cantabella is, in fact, the Great Witch Bazella.
Continuity
Now, Mr.
era.
Wright, the time has come at last to settle this once and for all.
Well, what are we settling?
It's the
Also,
versus.
Maya
For
wasn't
the
wearing
professor to show up.
Okay, I'm gonna okay. What are we settling? We're settling the versus part of this game, you dolt. What was the continuity error? What do you think it was?
Maya wasn't wearing her helmet in the animated cutscene.
I didn't notice that.
If there was anyone who could find some decisive evidence to win this thing, it was him.
But now he's a prosecutor.
However, he ended up standing behind the Inquisitor's bench. The professor wasn't on our side here. I had to wonder, what the heck was going to happen?
Beginning of next chapter.
I think we're good still. We got like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Professor, but what are you doing?
What am I doing, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, you were supposed to show up with some decisive evidence and save the day, Professor.
I'm afraid my only concern here is the truth.
The truth?
The truth behind the real identity of the Great Witch, Espella Cantabella. If seeking the truth requires us to stand on opposite sides of the courtroom, then so be it. I expect you to defend Miss Cantabella with everything you've got, Mr. Wright.
I noticed he had the upward point.
What? Yeah. Fuck. I'm gonna ping Colin. I liked it when I didn't have to switch between Leighton and the judge, because that just caused me to like sort of mute both of them, like have muted expressions of both of them.
Well, where is
I'm
Colin?
pinging.
Okay.
Now give me at least a minute to finish this off, so feel free to continue vamping. Wow, nothing to say, Zandri?
I'm just gonna say it's sort of a shame. I really like voicing Dark Law.
She's gonna be a
She's just
question.
so much fun.
You're gonna keep voicing her.
Yeah, she's on the witness stand now.
Yeah, she's just fun. She's a lot of fun to voice.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of fun to just absolutely lose her mind.
The way I've been playing her, she's gotten to the point where she's just like, of course, this is where things are going.
I mean, this isn't a trial, it's an inquisition. Clearly the rules are different, Sandy.
Yep.
I mean, as an Inquisition, I'm supposed to be as an Inquisition, this is supposed to be where I ask the questions and you sit there taking it like a bitch.
Oh, please, as if I would sit there and let you use me like a scratching post.
Only one person has that job, and her name is Francisca von Garma.
See, I would have hated to voice her for one reason.
Mm.
She needs a German accent, and I can't do a German accent reliably.
Mm. I don't think she necessarily needs one, though.
I mean, she was raised in Germany.
No, I get that, but at the same time, I think it's very clear, like, she doesn't have a German accent in her text.
No, but she really should. I mean, also, I'm trying to imagine speaking Japanese with a German accent, and I don't know how to do that.
I think it's certainly implied that she brain fart. Give me a second here. That she studied, enough to know to drop the accent when she's speaking in, the other language. That being said,
She studied enough to fluently act as prosecutor at age 18.
yeah. That being said, if the original translation was brave enough to just allow the people that are obviously from Japan be from Japan, do you think she studied? I think the original story is she studied in America, but I could be wrong.
could be, but I believe that at least in the official translation, she studied in Germany, where she was a prosecutor at age 13, which is fucking wild.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's age limits. It is just the first requirement is passing the bar, is it not?
Not in the U.S. technically. It used to be, but generally speaking, in order to take the bar, you have to graduate law school now. It used to be that anyone could just show up and take the bar exam.
So I, for example, couldn't get all of the materials, be self-sufficient in study, and still show up to a bar exam.
As far as I know, not at least in most states.
While I finish this off, I heard there was an absolute shit show in the California bar exam recently.
So I heard.
They basically tried to drop the really expensive standardized option and tried to make their own, and it was really bad from what I hear.
Yeah, no, I think they opted out of being part of the UBE.
Sorry, this is my once a month dessert, liquid dessert that I get, and I was wanting to, finish it off while it was still cold.
But yeah, because the thing about the universal bar exam is that it basically means that you can take that score to any state and apply for it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shall we continue? Court is now back in session. I might just drop his vaguely British accent and just do a bit more normal for him.
Yeah, sure. That works.
Are you prepared, High Inquisitor?
As long as I remain on the witness stand, I am no longer High Inquisitor. Simply Darklaw would suffice.
Miss Darklaw, I'd like just to confirm something.
Boy, you did not waste any time switching off of the honorifics, did you?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Shit. Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, my laptop almost slipped off of its position.
Okay.
So I had to
Oh
move
my.
quickly to grab it.
All right.
A moment ago, we established that you were, in fact, present at the bell tower during the time of the incident. That makes a total of 3 people at the scene.
Darklaw, honey, that wasn't established. Why are you conceding this shit, you stupid girl? It would appear that it was the case.
However, you managed to stay hidden from 10 different guards.
Did I know?
With the help of this, right here.
The robe of invisibility.
In other words, there is every reason to be suspicious of your actions tonight.
Okay, I have to bring this up because I didn't ever notice this until it was pointed out. But, Sandry, I'm going to tell this to you because you are not aware of this. In his Danganronpa playthrough, he made a comment that there's a lot of translation problems that tend to happen from stuff that nobody says in English, and he basically commented at the time that nobody says in other words these words, right? Nobody actually says that as a regular thing in English conversation. And what happened was, just that way they can get through that, every single time somebody said in other words, everybody chimed in and said in other words. And that's just been ringing through my head every single time this entire playthrough. Anywho, I just wanted to bring that up.
Dots.
Lady Darklaw, while I cannot believe you deceive us in such a way, I
I
ask that
can.
you tell the court what happened at the time of the incident.
Very well. The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to ensure nothing was amiss. As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints inside caught my eye, so I went inside to investigate. I had my own reasons for not allowing one of those vigilantes to see me. I climbed up the stairs to the bell tower, and I saw an intruder with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them.
You apprehended the intruder?
While I hold a position for Inquisitor, there are often times when I must partake in various secret tasks unbeknownst to the citizens of Labyrinthia.
Oh, really?
One of those tasks being ensuring the security of the storyteller.
Security.
As such, there's nothing odd or suspicious about my actions tonight.
Well, aside from the fact that the storyteller got eaten by a fire dragon.
I see.
Hold. Just because it's my job doesn't mean I always succeed, Defender.
Defender, you may now begin your interrogation. Dots. I am Leighton. I gotta keep that warm growl to his voice. It is quite intoxicating.
Go ahead, Defender. Ask your questions.
Well, let's tell you to hold it.
Nothing was amiss. You mean there was no immediate threat to the storyteller, right?
Now you tell me, Defender. Surely you remember the final part of the story?
She must mean the part about the storyteller's death.
There is little possibility of changing the outcome of what's already been written in the story. However, there are still those who would challenge the story and make an attempt at changing the inevitable.
That is in fact my job. That is what I too think.
Dots.
Prosecutor, may I, Inquisitor Darkhat, may I note something?
What's up, Maya? Did you notice something?
Your fate was to be turned to gold, and you seem to be doing a remarkably good job of not.
Don't stop me now. I'm on a roll.
Fuck off.
When you set me up, I couldn't resist, Sandry. Also, like, at this point, we've established that everybody that got sent to the pyre was already good. I don't know why Maya hasn't revealed herself yet, mind you. I think she likes the hat.
Well, there's also the fact that just because that happened doesn't mean that they weren't witches who should be burned alive.
You could say that. It's just, look at Kira. She's been looking down in the dumps since the start.
Alright. Kira. I honestly forgot she was there.
Oh my god, rude, Nick. Not only that, she looks kind of scarred, too. I know it said scared. I know it said scared.
You're right. We can't afford to forget about her.
Why not? Everyone else did.
I wonder if Kira has anything else she could tell us. I've got to remember to question her the second I see an opening.
Player! Hey, player!
I wonder if this is one where I had to do... Is this one I had to do earlier where I just had to question her no matter what?
Hold
You
it!
could also just double press everything.
Those must have been Miss Kira's footsteps from when she snuck into the bell tower, right?
Indeed. The ground outside was quite muddy after the rain, so our footprints were easily visible.
Hang on!
Something wrong, Miss Kira?
That's
Miss Kira,
Witness!
you're slowly turning into Luke.
Professor! Oh, yes?
She really doesn't remember her name. You look like you wanted to say something.
Glances at High Inquisitor Darklaw. No.
Did
No,
something
nothing.
in the High Inquisitor Darklaw's testimony strike you as odd? Hmm?
No, of course not. Sorry, I wasn't really listening.
She seems pretty scared. She must be intimidated by Darklaw.
Lady
It's
Darklaw,
almost as though I wear literal claws on my hand.
Lady Darklaw, please continue your testimony. Oh, that smile hits different looking straight onto the camera. She's
You
had
look
that.
rather evil, don't I?
She's had that smile a couple of times before, right? Like this is not the first
Yep.
time, but that hits different straight onto the camera.
Like I said, I do look rather evil, don't I?
Okay, let's fully press this then, I guess.
Hold it!
Oh, you missed one.
No, I went back.
Those must have been Miss Kira's
No,
footsteps.
Yeah, no, we got there.
And then
You can just keep going until we get the
Oh, this is
bing,
new.
and then we...
This is new.
Right.
There we go.
According to the Vigilante's testimony. They thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but it turned out they weren't hers.
Of course not. I have the most delicate footprints. That's right. The footprint would have contained a mark where hers still had to have been. But the footprints I saw at the bell tower contained no here mark at all.
I am Leighton, and you stepped inside those footprints on your way up the stairs so as not to leave your own and risk being detected, correct?
Simply, Inquisitor Darkhat. At that time, my task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was of the utmost importance that no one knew of my presence there.
Had the townspeople noticed your presence there, it would have undoubtedly have raised some suspicion.
Correct. So naturally, that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask any traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints.
Huh, I see. A clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there anything off about her testimony just now?
Sandra, you're the decider of these.
Honestly, I got nothing, because, well, yes, how did it get, heels if there weren't any heels to begin with? What? I don't understand.
I don't think there's anything really wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no, only because I got nothing.
I can't let the professor catch me off guard. If I'm gonna press an issue, I better be sure I know what I'm talking about.
A wise decision, Mr. Wright. Don't forget, I read your blue text.
Okay, now that's just cheating.
Ha! Boy, Nick, he could totally read you like a book.
Okay, seriously, is my face that easy to read, or is everyone just psychic?
You don't
No.
really do a good job of hiding your thoughts, Defender.
Indeed. You have
Please
a
tell me
cer-
she says something. Please tell me she says something.
I
Damn. That would have been so fucking hilarious.
Hold it!
And what were those reasons?
They're idiots. They relate to protecting the storyteller. It was something that I was to carry out at that particular time.
Did it perhaps have something to do with what's already decided upon in the story?
Indeed, the storyteller's word is absolute. Therefore, any and all of those who make an attempt to alter his will must be dealt with immediately.
Ooh.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Kira?
Guards.
Witness!
Ah, yes?
Figures, she really doesn't remember
Yeah,
her own
still.
name. You seem to be deep in thought about something. Do you remember anything regarding the High Inquisitor's testimony?
No, I'm sorry, nothing in particular. It's just, I'm a little disappointed in myself.
Disappointed.
Now, the only thing that's living in my brain is I don't know the actor's name, but he plays Hercules, and he goes, "Disappointed!" Am I the
John, we're
only
waiting
one
on you.
who's seen that? Okay, fine.
I traveled all the way here to Labyrinthia in order to fulfill my mission, but all I managed to do was fail and end up being captured.
Regardless of your own failure, Miss Kira, the storyteller did die as was foretold, did he not?
Tonight, as the rain came pouring down over the town, I arrived at my designated location. Naturally, the bell tower was surrounded by guards on patrol. 10 to be exact. I was very nervous.
She must be talking about the vigilantes.
Just relax. You'll be fine so long as you're wearing this robe, I keep telling myself. Little did I know I was wrong. But none of this would have happened if I was just a little bit more careful.
Enough. I would be thinking more about atoning for your past crimes and less about what could have been if I were you.
There's nothing wrong with killing a couple of awful people, right?
Is there anything wrong with Kira's testimony?
No, like it doesn't hold together, but also I don't know what's wrong with it.
No. Looks like Kira's testimony is not one-way road to nowhere. Alright. No further questions, Your Honor.
Understood. Lady Darklock, please continue your testimony.
Oh,
Alright, let's go back to that one and hit it again, but go past the question.
Hold it!
Okay, this is the where I question. This is where we'll continue on.
Indeed.
But there's absolutely no way you would have been able to disappear from sight. Not unless you either used magic, or were wearing this robe.
The night is still young, Defender. You ought to save theatrics for later. It was indeed a very simple way that I was able to sneak into the bell tower.
She's a ninja?
A simple way. Like what?
Shunshin. But now, must I really spell it out for you?
Yes, please, I'm very stupid.
I used this.
That's...
It's a whistle used by the guardsmen to warn of danger. Second any guard hears this whistle, they must immediately head out to investigate the trouble. Vigilantes included. The single blow of this whistle, those guards took off running from their post.
And then, the second they were distracted, you crept into the bell tower, undetected.
Correct. All I needed was a small break in their perimeter to sneak in. It was so easy, but even a person of your caliber could do it, Defender.
I see. Then surely there is absolutely no need for this robe, correct?
Indeed, my lord.
Okay.
Hold it!
Needed to apprehend them.
Do you think it could have been the Great Witch Bazella?
A? There we go.
I mean, the thought must have crossed your mind. Surely you anticipated some sort of resistance.
Gods. While I hate to admit this, I allowed myself to act rashly without first considering the consequences.
Huh?
So, the second I noticed their presence, I took action. Never did I imagine the intruder would have as much strength as they did. Perhaps I should have gathered more forces to accompany me. However, at the time I was not thinking straight. I assumed any additional help would not be necessary.
But, Lady Darklaw, through your quick... Through your... I don't know why through is throwing me off guard here. Through your quick thinking and judgment, you still managed to successfully catch the suspect.
Ah, no. Unfortunately, my lord, 'twas nothing more than pure luck. Exceptional results can only be obtained through exceptional thinking. Something you wouldn't know, Defender.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
We're in a loop, but this might be a good hint. Let's just... We can read it, but we don't have to say it.
Well, the only thing that really stands out is Kira. So that's probably the diversion point.
Leighton, do you have a hint you want to drop for us?
So,
buddy?
she said, do you feel like we're being watched? Leighton's like, thoughts.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I wonder what's up with the professor. Something must have happened. There's no way he'd turn on us like this. Also, where's Luke?
I'm somewhere around. Don't forget about me.
The professor has been very quiet so far. But surely he must have noticed there's something that just doesn't add up. Anyway, there's bound to be something in the testimony we can use. Just have to make sure to comb this thing from top to bottom for any contradictions.
That's right. I think we're throwing a hit going at it.
I still think it's Kira. Yep.
Hold it!
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah,
Blah. Blah! Suck my blah!
blah.
What?
Hang on!
Hang on! I'm a little disappointed myself. Okay, she was disappointed she failed her mission.
I have things to say, but there's not much to say. Nothing useful to say here.
Okay, Sandry, which one of these one options should we choose?
We should choose option A.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. About your testimony, Miss Kira.
Yes.
You were thinking to yourself that so long as you had your robe on, you would be fine.
Yes, that's right, I was.
So, basically, you were wearing the robe the whole time you were on the top floor of the bell tower. Is that right?
Yes, I had it on the entire time. That is, until I was attacked.
Uh-huh.
Then my robe was ripped off by the wind.
Miss Kira, this is the first time we've heard any mention of this information.
Is that so? I think I must have just forgotten.
Your
I
Honor,
just cannot remember what accent I used for her.
Your Honor, I object that her accent isn't standard. Your Honor, perhaps we should
Not really
update
everything you care about.
this piece of evidence in the court's record. Right you are. I speak to myself. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. She was wearing the robe.
I guess so, yeah.
Yep.
Robe worn by Kira when she was attacked.
Objection!
So, the person you saw when you entered the bell tower was actually Miss Kira. The only problem with that is, that would have been impossible.
Dots.
What are you talking about, Defender?
Now, this pose looks derpy as fuck with head on to the camera.
Oh god, it really does.
Miss Kira, or should I say, witness,
Yes.
stated that while she was waiting on the upper floor of the tower, she was wearing her invisibility robe. Therefore, there's no way Miss Darklaw would have been able to see the witness.
Oh, you're quite right. Anyone wearing this robe becomes invisible.
Dots.
Right. But there is one particular group that can see anyone dressed in this robe.
And who is that exactly?
Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see the robe. If you're from the Eldritch Woods, then you'll absolutely have no problem seeing this thing.
Ah!
Objection.
Objection! Fuck you. So what you're saying, Mr. Wright, is that Miss Darklaw here actually hails from the Eldritch Woods. Is that correct? And that she knew this girl prior to tonight.
That's right, Professor.
What? What is this?
What are those?
A most impressive display, Mr. Wright. However,
Thank you.
there is one detail you appear to have overlooked. I am a professor.
Something I overlooked?
You say Miss Darklaw saw something she should not have been able to see. However, the truth is that there is one other possibility as to what occurred tonight.
Did he just say what I think he said?
It is rather easy to work out. Quite simply, the witness was not wearing the robe in the first place. What are you talking about, Inquisitor?
She actually has a point. If you recall, she's already lied at least once. Why couldn't she lie again?
This witness has proven her memory of tonight's events to be quite unreliable. I believe that by the time she climbed the bell tower, she had in fact already removed her robe.
What? 'Tis as you say, Inquisitor.
Huh?
As you can see, Defender, your assertion is based on mere speculation at best.
I would say it's a slight downgrade this animation face on. The profile really helped that point.
It really is. I also look rather evil. Your little witness here has been lying to the court the entire time. Don't you recall? You proved it yourself.
Wait, somebody is lying in my courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Guilty,
It's the
both of
defender
you.
here. If the defender's the one who's lying, we should set him to the flames.
Objection!
That's...
1 second. The witness has been quite clear with her testimony. Isn't that right, Miss Kira?
I'm not sure.
What?
I mean, my memory is a little fuzzy.
Oh, come on.
It would appear there is nothing more to be gained from this line of questioning. Your Honor, I suggest we return to the cross-examination. A fine idea, Inquisitor. Well then, Lady Darklaw, would you please continue with your testimony?
As you wish. Dots.
No matter how you slice it, Kira looks like she's definitely hiding something.
Ha! If only there was some way of getting her to talk, huh, Nick? No matter what Kira says, Darklaw just stays cool and brushes it off.
Yeah, this isn't going to be easy, that's for sure. That's why we really need to set our sights on Darklaw to keep moving forward. And sooner or later, Kira's bound to speak up and say something.
Whoa, Nick. Your most dastardly devious plan yet. Wow, that had a special degree of sarcasm, did it not?
Alright, I know there's a clue or two in this testimony somewhere, and I'm gonna find it. Should go back and double check her previous testimony. There have to be something.
More words. More words. I got no idea where they're fucking going with this.
Yep.
And I feel like we had to repress this statement because it was, I think it was a trap earlier, and now somehow it's not a trap.
Yeah, we've defused the trap, as it were.
Yes, my footprints are totally perfect.
I think there is something very wrong here, guys. I could be
It's
wrong
fine.
about this.
Miss Darklaw,
Yes.
I just noticed something in your testimony that's very relevant to the case.
You do tell the window.
The defense requests you amend your testimony.
Good. Just can't help letting that ridiculous imagination of yours run wild, can you?
Of course, I'm on a roll.
The Inquisition is also on a roll.
Hey!
I'm sorry. What?
Very well. We are all on a roll. Amend your testimony.
Ah, fine. Keep that way.
Jordan, I do not know where you came with this bit, but I love it.
I think this is new.
Yeah, there's no heel on the foot.
It was no. She actually did say that already. Well, not exactly. There was no heel on the footprints, so I ascended the stairs. As I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footprints to them as far as possible.
Oh? Really?
Footprint sketch?
Go for it.
Objection!
What I have here is a sketch of the footprints left at the bell tower. So tell me, Miss Darklaw, are these your footprints in the sketch?
We need you to prove it. Could you do something that happens in the game further along in the series and slam your feet on this desk, please?
Ah, stop! Would appear so. I would never mean to offend the hard work of laborious vigilantes, but tonight's task was mine and mine alone.
Your task, huh? Okay, when you put it that way, I can't help but notice a contradiction.
What did you say?
Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. When you climbed the stairs, the footprints had no heel, so you tried to match your footsteps to them as far as possible. However, if you look at the actual footprints that were left behind, you can clearly see that not only is the heel present, but so is the entire foot.
Huh?
If you were trying so hard to step on the footprints that were already there, then the footprints in the sketch shouldn't have heel marks.
I think that was a translator error, because not the whole foot was there, but the whole sole was there. Like, makes a lot more sense, right?
Or something? Like,
yeah. I'm going to blame the translator on that one. I do not think that was an original text error.
I suspect that you are partly right, but also that this is sort of a weird thought process that they're going down. Dots.
That is very true. Although I do not think such a small detail is of much importance in the long run.
I agree, it's a small detail, Your Honor, but it's not all I noticed. There was something very telling about Miss Darklaw's testimony.
Telling, you say, Urameshi?
She stated that she stepped onto the footprints that were already at the scene in order to disguise her presence. Now, there's something strange there. Specifically, why were those footprints left at the crime scene in the first place?
Objection.
Objection. I have dots for you. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Professor?
That is Sir Darkhat to you at the very least. Tell me,
I'm not going to call you that.
can you show the court why the seemingly minor detail is odd?
Yeah, sure. I can't exactly do that at the moment.
Who can say whether or not these footprints are indeed worthy of concern? And if that is an issue, then what exactly are the implications? That, above all, is what you must answer, Mr. Wright. I do not believe you can assert that this is a blatant contradiction at this time.
But my
Player.
role...
A player.
There he goes again, flexing that amazing brain of his.
It is amazing. Thank you for noticing.
I know. When I think about brains right now, I think about killing Yogg Saron, so, like... That's enough.
Miss Kira?
Lady Darklaw, how could you? How could you simply abandon us? How could you betray us? Dots.
Betray? Witness, what is the meaning of this?
Lady Darklaw, you are the mistress of the Eldritch Woods. You are the one responsible for handing us our tasks.
What?
Oh, hell yeah. Now Kira's on a roll. Good for her.
This wretched girl is nothing more than a detestable spawn of magic. Words cannot be taken seriously. People of Labyrinthia, I ask you, what am I if not a loyal daughter of this fair town?
Okay, this pose head on is better.
I mean, she does have the whole witch mark on her fucking palm, though.
Oh, it took you this long to notice it?
I haven't really been paying attention. I'm just like,
But I'm saying, at this angle, head on, applied directly to the forehead, this position is a lot better. In my opinion.
Yeah. No, you're lying, Lady Darklaw. When I was waiting up there at the top of the bell tower, I was most certainly wearing that robe. Lady Darklaw, you were also wearing a similar robe, were you not? Don't you remember? What nonsense. I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. I simply managed to sneak by those makeshift guards. It was not the most demanding of tasks for someone like me. Yes, you're right, that would be true. If you'd been sneaking around by yourself...
By yourself? What do you...
Oh, heck yeah.
Enough.
Hush, Judge. She's on a roll.
Listen to me and listen well. Continue as you are, and I will see to it that this court will be the last place you have ever set foot. That is not. End is already nigh. After the events of today, I shouldn't even be here right now.
Miss Kira, you're saying that Miss Darklaw was not by herself at the time of the incident.
That's right. Lady Darklaw was wearing the invisibility robe, and underneath that robe, it's a young girl, passed out on her back.
What?
A girl? Could that be?
Yes. It was the very same girl imprisoned inside that cage up there. The one I tried to frame when I was last in this courtroom.
You mean... Aspella Cantabella?
Yes. Yes, I do. Since you mention it.
Order? Order? So the accused was carried up the bell tower?
Lord, there's nothing left for me to say. It is the word of the High Inquisitor versus that of a witch. Tell me, who would you sooner believe?
I believe you said when you're on the stand you're no longer the High Inquisitor.
Your Honor, if you say another word, I will throw you into the fire myself.
Shut up, I'm on a roll!
Objection.
Inquisitors, seize him.
No. Miss Darklaw, you of all people should be aware that this isn't a matter of believing or not believing. I'm afraid those words carry no meaning here. The only thing that carries any meaning here, within the courtroom, is evidence. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright?
Yes, absolutely, Professor.
You're on a roll.
Not how testimony works, you fucking imbeciles. Well, now, things are beginning to heat up a little, are they not? Fine. Tell me, Defender, have you the means to prove this assertion? Do you actually think you can prove that I, the High Inquisitor of Labyrinthia, carried the accused into the bell tower?
Yep. From the looks of it, Miss Kira was supposed to keep quiet about Darklaw's little secret. But she couldn't deal with Darklaw's denials and finally found the guts to chime in. I can't let Kira's effort go to waste. I don't care what stands in my way. I'm going to find the truth. Your Honor, the defense wishes to present evidence proving that Miss Darklaw did, in fact, carry my client up the tower.
Very well, Defender. You may present your evidence. Show us the evidence that proves Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the bell tower.
It's got to be the sketch. Because if someone else walked up there with her, then there would be more footprints.
Maybe?
It's the whole cat thing all over again.
But 3 people were up in the tower and there's 1 set of prints. Like, we're already at the point where there appears to be where there are more people than prints. You might even be right, but it's a really stupid line.
Are we going at it?
Yeah, why not? We have like 170 of them.
We have 174 of them now. Well, it's down to the invisibility robe, the bell tower plan, and the footprint sketch.
So the ones that we were already leaning towards anyway? Fuck it, footprints, why not?
Take that!
Oh, the music stopped.
There was something in your testimony just now that I'm not buying.
What was that about evidence just a minute ago, Defender? Belief is not required.
Shut up, I'm on a roll. And that's the footprints that were left at the bell tower.
Did I not just finish admitting that those were my footprints?
Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. There was no heel in the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footsteps to them as far as possible. However, the reality is the footprints pictured in the sketch actually do contain a heel.
Yes, we discussed this already,
That
Defender.
means something must have prevented you from being able to tiptoe along the footprints that were already there.
Yes, it was the tulips. There weren't any.
Printed? Ah, you mean...
That's right, Your Honor. Miss Darklaw, when you climbed up the bell tower tonight, you must have been carrying Miss Cantabella on your back. Is that correct?
No. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Shut up. If you remember, it rained quite heavily tonight. That means the stairs must have been quite slippery. With your two hands occupied carrying my client, there would have been no safe way for you to tiptoe up the stairs without falling.
You are aware that wood absorbs water, right?
That right there is the truth behind the footprints on the staircase. Also, wood is slippery.
Lady Darklaw, you... are on a roll?
Fine. I admit it.
She said it, she's on a roll!
Lay gasp.
It is, as you say. I donned the robe and made my way up the tower. I was not alone. I carried both Isabella Cantabella and a little friend up the tower with me.
Little friend.
The black-furred creature of hers, visionary of her second from her side.
Speaking of black-furred creatures.
I swear to God, if that cat is the fucking Great Witch, I'm going to be annoyed.
Oh, she must mean Eve.
I arrived at the top of the tower. Saw this girl already there and called out to her. Daft bitch, what are you doing here? I was very shocked to see the mistress show up in person like that. The girl's presence was an inconvenience, so I put her to sleep. Believe it or not, it's just like you said, Defender. I used what remained of Beldub's medicine to put the girl out of the picture.
Did we lose...
Sorry, cat.
Okay.
Speaking of Eve,
The cat attacking you right now?
oh God,
No, he's
Eve, is she
climbing
okay?
around. That's when Miss Kira put up a fight and pulled this pendant right off your neck, correct?
Is the cat on a roll?
That's
No,
right.
the cat is in my arms right now.
I cannot fathom it. That would mean this pendant actually belongs to you, Lady Darklaw.
Yes, there's a picture of it and everything.
What's a picture?
I just have one question, Miss Darklaw. Why? Why take Espella up the bell tower? Why render her unconscious? Why go to the trouble of sneaking past the guards? What exactly was your aim in all this?
Storyteller's word is absolute. I'm in no way obligated to answer that question, Defender.
Like, fuck you aren't!
Simple. None of this has any relevance to the case at hand. That's why.
No comment on that statement?
Objection!
Miss Darklaw, you rendered the witness unconscious, locked her up at the top of the bell tower. I'd say that is more than a little relevant.
Objection. No, it's not. Your Honor, if I may, the Inquisition believes the defense's question to be irrelevant to the current case.
Professor, what are you saying?
It would seem the defense has forgotten a very important point. Namely, the point of this, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
The aim of this trial is to find the identity of the Great Witch Bazella. Whether or not Miss Darklaw locked the witness at the top of the bell tower is hardly relevant to the purpose of this trial.
But I'm on a roll!
No, you're not. There is one thing that is very clear. Neither Miss Darklaw nor this witness could possibly be Bazella.
What?
If either one of the two were Bazella, then there would be no need for them to have to use this robe of invisibility. They cannot use any magic. Therefore, it is inconceivable that either of them could be the Great Witch.
Excuse me, Professor. I have to interject for a second. The bitch used magic before. She committed a murder with magic. Do you not fucking remember? That was the whole first case in this fucking place. She set 2 men on fire. She may not be able to use magic right now without a Telea Magica, but she definitely used magic.
We'll see. The judge agrees. A rather straightforward argument if there ever was one.
Especially considering that she also knows how to use Demir.
At the time of the incident, there were 3 people present. One of those three, out of those 3, 2 used the robe of invisibility to vanish from sight, leaving only one person. Indeed, Miss Cantabella. With this in mind, the logical question is, who is Bazella?
Is that not obvious? The accused, Isabella Cantabella, is the only possible answer. Besides, the accused's voice was heard by all the townspeople chanting the spell Grandworm.
Not so fast. I happen to think these witnesses are extremely relevant to this trial.
Objection, you are off the roll.
Did you forget about Miss Kira? She supposedly took a one-way trip into that pit of fire over there. And yet, here she is, in one piece, testifying that she returned in order to kill the ruler of Labyrinthia, the storyteller.
That's not what she testified to, Phoenix.
No, she did.
Like,
she did.
She didn't testify that she was there to kill the storyteller.
I have clear memories of her saying that she was there to kill the storyteller.
I don't believe she actually said that she had her orders, she went up to there, but I don't believe she was there to kill the storyteller. Certainly she wasn't there to kill the storyteller with fucking Grandworm.
I very clearly remember her saying that she did say she was there to kill the storyteller.
Then there's Miss Darklaw, who rendered the defendant unconscious and proceeded to transport her up through the bell tower. I'd say there's more than enough reason to investigate who these 2 really are.
Only to discover that they are in fact not the Great Witch. They are not in fact the Great Witch Bazella.
Yes! I'm saying there's a possibility that these 2 are somehow related to Bazella.
The court will now announce its thoughts on the matter, because I am on the roll, as they like to say. I must say something, because I skipped over it by mistake. However, Lady Darklaw, I have one question I must ask you. What exactly were you hoping to accomplish here tonight?
Thoughts. I assure you, it was not my intent to deceive the good citizens of Labyrinthia. However, I must now reveal the truth to you all.
Were you hiding the truth?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
What did she say?
You don't think Lady Darklaw is in league with the witches, do you?
She can't be! She was the one that saw the other witch's demise!
Lady Darklaw, are you saying that you're...
That's right, my lord. I am a shade.
A shade.
dots. Lady Darklaw, would you please tell the court exactly what you mean when you say a shade?
Of course. I grow weary standing behind this bench. I will tell you what I can.
What the heck is she trying? Why testify about something that could potentially undermine your credibility?
Shades live outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them, I am known as the Great Witch. To those that are put to the flames in the witch trials, they live to become shades, those who live in their woods. We exist to carry out the tasks given to us by our mistress, the Great Witch herself. I'm not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit.
What on earth? Darklaw? Do you mean to say that not only are you a witch, but that you're the Great Witch?
No, that's not what I
Inconceivable!
said, Your Honor.
Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch?
The Great Witch! Doesn't that mean she's Bazilla?
The big old witch, the wicked witch.
That's right, Lady Darklaw is Zella.
I do hope you have not forgotten what we established only moments ago. It is not possible for Miss Darklaw to be Bazella. But Inquisitor Layton, surely the testimony just now proves it. I'm afraid that in the heat of such revelations, you have all misheard the information.
It is pointless. This is the extent of what the people of this town will believe.
I believe the truth will become clear during our cross-examination. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? After all, you're on a roll.
He's really not, though.
Defender, get your roll on.
Phoenix Wright, roll out.
Hold it!
1 second before we
Okay,
dig in.
before we dig in.
I was just going to say, we are going to want to not dig too deep because we have 20 minutes to end time.
Yep.
I think we can get a good distance and find a safe point.
I do not believe you for a fucking second, John.
Well, then, watch me.
I mean, at 11 o'clock, I am shutting down a meeting,
I heard
so...
you. I heard you. Jordan?
I'm still a Great Witch.
Yes, that's right. However, I'm not a Zella. The mistress of those who dwell in the Eldritch Woods is dubbed the Great Witch. Even if I wanted to be Bazella, I couldn't. As the ever so charming Inquisitor stated earlier, I cannot use magic.
Miss Darklaw, I have one question. What do you mean by live outside the realm?
I mean just that, Inquisitor. We truly do live in a realm separate from this town. Now, surely one as such as intelligent as yourself has worked out the answer by now, no?
Perhaps. That remains to be seen, Miss Darklaw.
Regardless, it is something we cannot discuss with anyone. It is something that defense should be able to prove.
That almost sounds like a challenge. By the way, Miss Darklaw, since you're not actually a witch, why do you continue to be called that?
To answer that, let's first discuss the true identity of the Shades.
Hold it!
So you're saying that the Kira here right now is the shade version of the Kira from before?
Indeed, Defender. The girl has no recollection of her life prior to living in those woods.
What manner of witchery is this? Why, this girl, Kira, the flower seller, was cast straight into the flames before our very eyes. Yes, Judge.
That's right, Your Honor, but as you can see, she didn't die. You see, there's actually a trick to the incineration device in the witch's court.
A trick?
A tricky wiki. Once the verdict has been delivered, the court attendants move the steel cage into position, after which it seals shut. Then, the cage is dropped down into a pit of fire. The bottom of the cage then opens, allowing the witch inside to escape unharmed into an underground passage.
If what you're saying is true, Defender, then what of this town's witch purging history? What has been the purpose of all this?
You and the knights have indeed been ridding Labyrinthia of witches. However, nary a single life has been taken in the process. That is the reality. Flames are cleansing, not lethal.
You cannot truly expect me to believe such a ridiculous notion. Maya, probably. Your Honor, it's true! Take a good, hard look. It doesn't get any more alive than this. It's you. I am May. Wait, no, that's the judge.
No, that was the judge.
I am May. What? Okay.
Also,
Did he think her name was Ya May or something? Well, actually, it's Maya Fey, your forgetfulness.
What the heck are you doing? Everyone's gonna recognize you!
Don't you hear the swelling music? It's good.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, but seeing is believing, Nick. Now they have to believe you.
Do you see? Are you satisfied? Those found guilty in the witch trials lose their names, their magic, and their memories. They are then sent to spend their lives as shades in the Elder Witch Woods. And the mistress of those shades is the Great Witch. As you can see, this girl too has become a shade. Dots!
I have no more words to express my utter disbelief in the situation.
That's enough. Shall we return to the testimony?
Why do I have the feeling things are going to get a lot worse?
Hold it!
These tasks you mentioned, were you acting on them this evening?
Yes, I was told to come here and become the Zeller.
Wait, just a moment, witness. Did you say become Bazella?
My, how absolutely dreadful!
Why would anyone be given such a terrible task?
Where have these shades come from?
Order! Order!
Sorry, I was given such a task. I don't know why I was given such a task. All I can do is follow the orders I'm given. If I can do that, then I can return.
What do you mean you can return?
Such is the nature of the shades. Neither human nor witch, theirs is an existence spent in the shadows. Each of the shades is given specific tasks. Then, upon successfully completing such tasks, they are allowed to return to Labyrinthia as brand new people.
But, Lady Darklaw, how can they return as brand new citizens? When we already know who they were. For instance, we all recognize the former flower sellers standing before us.
Now that, my lord, remains a secret. But a secret you will come to understand sooner rather than later.
Simply baffling.
The one who gives us our tasks is the Great Witch. That would be you, Lady Darkblood. I mean, oh magnificent one.
While this explanation is wrought with much I cannot comprehend, I request the witnesses add it to their testimony.
Okay.
Hold it!
So, about these tasks, can you give us any other examples?
Dots. The Shade's task must never be discussed with others, no matter what.
She says that even though she just finished telling us all about her secret task.
Incidentally, do you perhaps remember when you arrived back in town to carry out your orders?
No, not really. My memory's still a little fuzzy.
Say, didn't Kira only just recently become one of those shade thingies?
Still, I failed in my task tonight.
Come to think of it, when Luke and I had our little...
Run in with
I
Kira.
remember being blown clear across the marketplace. God damn it, cat. But I never saw any explosives or gunpowder.
Maybe. Kira's given the task of blowing you two to smithereens, Nick.
And we're done. Getting back to the testimony. I'm sure there's something here that just doesn't add up. 1 second.
Oh.
Cat.
Well,
Okay, that actually is
Hold
new.
it!
I guess I'll be fixed for a little bit. You really don't have any
wait a
recollection.
second. Let the man deal with his cap.
You gave me a time limit.
Fine, go for it.
You really
Game
don't
I
have
get.
any recollection of your old flower-selling self, do you?
I don't. When a witch becomes a shade, they lose all memory of their past life.
They lose their memories, but why? And yet, you still have some grasp of the concept of magic. Do you not, Witness?
Back now.
Let me spell it out for you. Magic does not exist in the Eldritch Woods. Oh, but there are actually lots of things back in the forest that I have not seen in this town.
There are things you haven't seen here?
Like really huge machines, that sort of thing. There's one that spits out fire with such amazing speed, and then it expels these great plumes of gray smoke.
A machine that spits fire? Never have I heard such a thing. Are you certain that these machines of which you speak are not simply magic?
You know, now that you mention it, I don't think anyone from this town can actually see those of us from the forest.
They can't see you. Could it be something like that robe?
How could such a thing even be possible without magic?
Objection.
Objection. Miss Darklaw, if I may interrupt for just a moment.
What is it, Inquisitors, Darkhat?
Thank you. Though your testimony just now, or through your testimony just now, we have all come to understand the process of how one becomes a shade. However, I was hoping you could perhaps elaborate on one additional point. Namely, what exactly is the purpose behind the shades?
But you wish to know our purpose, there are certain things you must understand first. Once you've done that, the answer should be quite clear. Isn't that right, Defender?
The purpose behind the shades?
Rest assured, you will not get the answer from me. As the saying goes, the witch is in your court, Defender.
That's a saying?
It is now.
You missed your opportunity, as the saying goes. I'm on a roll.
Sounds like Darklaw's challenging me to figure this out. Challenge accepted.
Okay, we can get away with one more hit point.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, fuck, there was a present on that last statement. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so this line is new. This line is new.
There's but one true purpose for those shades that dwell within the Eldritch Woods.
So
Shouldn't it be people?
I know the answer.
Objection!
What?
Something that doesn't exist.
What?
I have a feeling no one is going to like the answer I'm about to give, and it'll probably end up shaking this town to its core.
What?
Menu? Do you want to know now, or do you want to wait 1 week, Sandry?
Let's wait 1 week, because if this is about to be a long thing, I'm not getting involved.
Save.
I have a feeling this is going to be incredibly stupid.
I think you've decided the title of next stream.
All right. Well then, I will catch you guys later.
I mean, we have a few minutes if you want to chat. Like, so what do you think of what's happening so far? And what do you? Okay, for posterity's sake, what do you think is what do you think is about to be revealed? I'm kind of
wondering if he's about to just say there's no such thing as magic, and I'm going to be really fucking annoyed if after all of this they say that.
I mean, Jordan and I already know the twist, right? So we can't comment too much on this, but you know, interesting. That's what you think. But yeah, no, it is, as I have said a few times already, simultaneously a Phoenix Wright twist and a Professor Layton twist at the same time.
So on an unrelated note, apparently there's an add-on to help you plan your mount runs with this new with the buff. What the fuck?
I mean, I think such an add-on probably would have already been made to begin with, but okay.
Honestly, one of the most useful add-ons that I've encountered in a while was the one from Pandaria Remix, Treasure Trove, which was so incredibly useful for just tracking specifically the things from the remix. And the satisfying completing that entire item list was very noticeable.
So for a brief moment, you felt like Lordy?
Very much so. I think I told you, I went through so many fucking audiobooks during Remix. Like, I was just listening to audiobooks and murdering the same, like, dozen mobs over and over again for the last few drops.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think if I figured out, like, the way this game actually saves, it actually will pick up right here. Because I think it'll either pick up right here or pick up when I presented the piece of evidence. I mean, I'll check this off stream just in case it skips ahead, because I swear there was one time we did that and it just skipped ahead to, like, the end of the statement, right? And if it skips ahead, I'm just going to, you know, fix it behind the scenes. That being said, yeah, no, remember how I said you're gonna want to save a certain line for later, and how I said, oh, things haven't even started to get fucky wucky. I will state one thing in particular. The correct answer was any spell in the book.
We should probably end the stream before Sindri starts raising any more questions.
I mean, I'm loving this moment of silence. This moment of silence is telling me there is some quiet seething going on in the background.
I am very concerned that I'm right, and if I'm right, I'm going to be so fucking annoyed.
Well, anyway, this has been Killed with Style. Good night, everyone.
This has been Killed with Style.
Good night, y'all.
Jeez. Well, thank you.
Good night, everybody.
I'm going to do my outro. Thank you all for watching if you have been. We'll see you next week. I think it actually will be the last session, but I could be wrong.
Fingers crossed.
See you guys next time. Bye-bye.